main event, co-main event, two women's champions, two extremely dominant champions, and the betting odds, they're massive. They're both like 20-1 favorites. So if you had to pick an upset, if you had to pick one of them, Holly Holm, Valerie Letourneau, which one do you think has a better chance of getting the upset on Sunday morning?
I mean, obviously she's got a big opportunity, big chance to do it. It's got to be a girl that can fight going backwards. It's got to be a girl that can keep distance, keep range. Potentially she's got the ability to do that, but it's also got to be a fighter that can stay calm under pressure and not let the occasion get to them.
I think Holly. I think, you know, Ronda's been, you know, she's great. She's a great fighter. She's been getting a ton of hype, though, not only from her fighting, but also from everything she does around that. Yeah, just to build her persona up to something that people think she's unbeatable. But she's fighting a multiple-time world champion in boxing who's got amazing kicks, amazing coaches, and I'm pretty sure Greg Jackson would have put her in that cage if he didn't think that she would have a chance. So I'm really interested to see how much she's going to use her kicking game to keep Ronda at bay.
And Joanna is amazing, has looked amazing in the last two fights. She was fighting a wrestler and a jiu-jitsu expert that were pretty desperate to take her down. And I think they wasted a lot of mental and physical energy trying to get her down. And when they couldn't, their plans fell apart. So if we look at those two fights against Claudia Gadelha, who's a more well-rounded fighter, I'd say, you know, she looked good. That was the first time I ever saw her fight. She looked real good, actually, but it was a close fight. I think Letourneau will be more comfortable standing with her. She might be a little slower, but she's bigger. And, you know, the speed will be a factor for Joanna, but I think Letourneau will impress you.
I'm going to go with Holly. You know, I've been able to train with Holly, and I've trained with Izzy, and I know what he's capable of, and he's been working with Holly. You know, I've only trained with Izzy, you know, a couple of times, and he's been working with her solidly since I was last in Albuquerque, which was probably about 2 years ago. So, and she was a monster back then, so I can only imagine what she'd be like now. And they're obviously going to be working specific. Her stand-up's there. That's, you know, everyone knows that her stand-up's there. Great stand-up fighter, and the amount of work she's been putting with Izzy, I think her takedown defense is going to be just solid. And Izzy's one of the best wrestling coaches there is, in my opinion, anyway. So for MMA, and yeah, so if I did have to pick, it'd be Holly.
Oh man, I'm gonna say Holly Holm. I know that's a tough question to answer, but you know, she's a champion. She's been a champion. She's undefeated. She's got that size and strength and length. You know, I saw her running the other day. I was like, geez, is that Holly Holm? Man, she's much taller and more rangy than I thought. And it seems like her style is to stay away. So maybe it'll work out for her. I don't know. You know, but she's been a champion before, so she knows how to deal with big time situations.
That's tough. I mean, it's both about even. Obviously, you have to. I mean, the two champions are so dominant and so good. I mean, if anyone, you know, we'll say Valerie does, just because Ronda, we all know, we've all talked about her. Joanna is on that level to Ronda, where it's like she's just so dominant and so amazing. But we're calling, rightfully so, Ronda, you know, the most dominant athlete in the sport, in any sport, in this and that. So obviously the chance of upsetting her is harder than someone who just became champion. Ronda's already proved it. You know, she doesn't deserve anyone to say that, you know, Holly Holm has a better chance. Not taking anything away from Holly or Valerie and their skill, but, you know, just the magnitude of Ronda. Obviously, you know, that's what you have. That's rightfully so. Like, you wouldn't expect anyone to upset her.